Hey guys, Martina here, and as you know, we just came back from Intersolar Europe and Germany, where we visited hundreds of booths, and I mean hundreds. If you want to see a little preview of what that looked like, you can click on the link below. One of the first booths as you walk into Hall A was QCell, which was huge. I mean, it was beautifully made. It was definitely showing a big impact QCell is trying to make, not just in the European market, but globally. I do want to give you a little history on QCell as a brand, as I do find it very interesting. But if you want to skip to the interview, I will mark the time for you as well. So QCell started in Germany back in 1999, and in 2012 was bought by Hanwha Group, a South Korean company. The interesting part here that I want to add is the fact that the solar industry is highly dependent on subsidies. When there are subsidies, business open more offices, hire more people, produce more product, business is good. But when things get slow due to the lack of them, certain business models, especially manufacturers that do not have a global presence, can go out of business. It's just much more stable for the companies that have a big worldwide presence. So Hanwha Group being founded literally 70 plus years ago, so a big potential, and oh my gosh, did they not score. Today, the brand QCell is a major world player. As of most recent news, and more exciting, in 2022, QCell went into a partnership with a European research group, the name I can't pronounce even though I speak a little bit of German, and they started a 4-year research project to manufacture highly efficient tandem solar cells and modules. Some people call them dream solar cells. They also said that they will invest $100 million to start the pilot production line in South Korea in 2024. Earlier this year, the scientific organization that partnered with QCell presented a cell that went up to 29.3% in efficiency rate. Can I get some applause for that? Those results were already verified by National Renewable Energy Laboratory. QCell also announced in January this year that they plan to spend $2.5 billion to expand their facility here in Georgia. Majority of QCell panels are still sourced out of Asia, so they are clearly trying to take advantage of the climate and tax bill signed into law. And obviously the US government wants to bring more of that renewable manufacturing to the US so that we're not as reliant on other countries. But based on history, I'm very interested to see how this will go, knowing the cost of US-made products and Asian market having such a big head start on manufacturing. But the fact that QCell will have a bigger US presence also gives me personally more peace of mind as far as warranty goes. Talking warranty from a company that's been in business 4 years versus 70 years means something, and Hanwha stands behind QCell. I do wish them a ton of luck as they are a very strong player in the PV industry globally. And I do want to say that I want to test those panels myself and see how they play out against the biggest competitors. In Munich, I was able to talk to the most important person in this project regarding tandem cell technology, QCell Global CTO, PhD, Dr. Danielle Merfeld, that leads this tandem project. I hope you'll enjoy this interview, and if you would like for me to do another video about the perovskite tandem technology, just let me know in the comments. I hope you enjoy it. Please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the interview. I was talking to you before about how excited I am about this new technology, so I grabbed Danielle so she can tell us more about this. So, have at it, girl.
Well, let me just start by saying we're at Intersolar,
yes.
And this is where we talk about all of the cool technology, both what we're manufacturing today and how the technology is changing, what quality is changing. This is just a glimpse into the future.
Yes.
And so tandem technology is sort of the next generation of advances in efficiency to give you even more capability in the same package.
Yeah.
And ultimately that's the goal of solar. More energy, less size, lower cost, everyone wins.
Okay.
And it's going to be a generational game, just like any technology.
Absolutely. So what did you really discover here? Or what can we expect in 5, 10, 15 years down the road? Like, what do you think it's going to...
Yeah.
Because that 29% efficiency is what caught my eye.
Yes. Well, so one of the biggest challenges to move forward is to how do you get past the limitations, the physical limitations of just crystalline silicon single junction PV. There's a limit to how much you can expect to have the efficiency improvement. So this step, this tandem technology, is where you have a very high quality silicon silicon heterojunction, but on top of that you have another layer. So now you have 2 PN junctions. So it just means you can absorb more of the solar spectrum, some high energy. Yes, exactly. So it's almost like you're having bunk beds, but like 2 solar panels sitting on top of each other, but in one stack, not in 2 pieces. So they call this 2 tandem, 2 terminal tandem. So you have 1 terminal at the top, just like if it was 1 solar cell, but it's like double.
Cool. So when do you think this is going to come?
So any new technology, it's always difficult to assess timing. And by the way,
and just give me an approximate time.
by the end of this decade.
But okay,
so
that's awesome.
kind of the goal. But
we'll be alive by then.
Oh yes, of course. But the current, I mean, there's even generations before this that are being sort of rolled out now. So there's just so much excitement in this space, so much movement, and it's very exciting time in solar.
I know. No, I'm always looking for different new things that we can, pick and learn from. And everybody always asks about efficiency, thinking that's what makes the panel better. But the reality is we're just trying to squeeze as much of that silicon into, or as much production into as little space as possible.
And in addition to this sort of space efficiency you described, it has to be reliable.
Right.
So if you get much higher efficiency, but it only lasts 20 instead of 30 or 10 instead of 20 years, it's just not worth it.
Right.
Because the LCOE is based on efficiency and life. And reliability has to stay. I mean, you have to have the good output over the life of this system. So all of those pieces matter. And when you go to a brand new kind of technology, that's, and specifically tandem, that's one of the big challenges. It's not just efficiency, because we've proven that you can get very high efficiency, but it has to be reliable.
Long lasting, right? Because I mean, your brand is a very reputable brand, right? So before you put something out, you want to make sure that there's not going to be any surprises. So you're taking your time. I like to compare QCell to, more mature inverter brands such as SMA and Fronius, because, they take their time testing
to do it right
before they put something out, because that's the only way for QCell, to stay in business and be providing a reliable product for hundreds of years.
And it's the Q in QCells is quality. So
there you go.
People have to believe in our brand, and that means we always will stand behind the quality of our products.
Right. That's awesome. Oh my God, I'm so excited. I love any of those new technology peaks. That's great. And one last question. So is this the tandem one?
Or
is it just
this is actually it, I promise,
Or is it just a picture, whatever?
No, it's not a mock-up. It is the tandem cell.
Yesterday I was talking to one of the other guys, and they were saying that so far you're only able to produce like 1, 2, 3 to 4 per month, trying to work on it.
Oh yeah, but that's not even really true anymore, for sure.
So hopefully we get to see this one day and we can start installing it. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
I really enjoyed speaking with you. More women in solar, we ask. What is this? Like that light.
Oh, it's just this is the 1 centimeter squared device that was made with our partner, and that was the one that was certified at 29.9. This is a full cell. This isn't certified at this level. Because we don't even put these through certification, because we don't want to share our secret sauce.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, that's so cool. So this is the one.